to another episode of the Pajama Blogs. I'm your host, Cutegirlmayra. I want you to be comfortable while I'm being comfortable, and that's why we're Pajama Blogs. Hello! Welcome to the Pajama Blogs. Jumping on my bed, I want you to feel comfortable. Anyway, while I'm feeling comfortable, and that's why we're Pajama. I want you to feel comfortable while I'm feeling comfortable, so that's why we wear Pajama.
YouTube, Deviantart, Fanfiction, Archive, and Wattpad, and Tumblr friends, or anyone who just wants to join right in. Leave a comment below and like and subscribe, because lo and behold, it is the Pajama Blogs. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. The next generation.
Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. Here I am. Hi. This is like really ghetto. I have the worst laptop. I put the resolution as tightly as I could so that hopefully the lag and all that stupid stuff doesn't affect us. However, I wanted to talk about this. So let me bring myself up again. Sorry, there's like so many different... There we go. We'll just, actually, that works well. That way we can focus on one at a time. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Okay. Hey, everybody. My name is Cutegirlmayra. We are going to be doing a little pajama blog, and I'm wearing My Hero Academia. Probably should. I'm on my bed. There it is. I actually found this shirt at the Utah convention, because now I'm living there. I hate it, but I miss Cali, but... It's not so bad. I do have a great job. Yes, jobs. But anyway, let me try to... Jeez. Okay. We are in my room currently. Again, video, audio, and recording. This is all just... This is what I got to work with. I went to school. I learned how to do live stream and all these other things on OBS and Streamlabs, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere, Adobe. But sadly, I just don't have a PC, don't have the right stuff to be able to make this look really, really nice. So this is kind of the ghetto workshop because that's what I got. But I have a job now, so hopefully I'll be able to afford things. So we're going to go ahead and look at, I have, how much do I have again? Hold on, this screen. I have 143. And then I don't work for, it's the same thing. But anyway, that is my second channel, by the way, in case you're wondering. Look how many, you guys are such geniuses. Okay, well, let's go back to me. Okay, you guys are so smart. So I'm really excited about this. Welcome to the Pajama Blogs. I want to feel comfortable while you're feeling comfortable, and that's why we're pajamas. I also have my Sonic blanket here. I got this from my friend Rachel. Is that, yeah, there you go. Ta-da! I love it much. It's super comfy, actually. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and read some of these, and I'm just going to tell you, I don't want to spoil everything. Oh, I should probably put my hair here. Kind of brushed it for the video. Whatever. Anyway, so we're going to look at these different prompts that you guys sent in. The prompts are still open. They might not be after this video. In fact, half of these prompts might be done by the time... this video is just going to become outdated over time, but I think it would be fun to talk about my ideas versus what actually I wrote. A lot of times I think about these prompts and then I just go for my instinct and my gut feeling of, okay, what are the different themes that I can use so that whoever asks this question kind of gets what they want. Because sometimes they say one thing, but they're actually hinting at another, and that's kind of a story trick that you can learn when someone reviews your work or when someone is giving an analysis of a book. You can kind of see different things that they say and then interpret it to predict what they actually wanted or what they were disappointed in, stuff like that. It's a skill that took me a long time to learn. It made me cry a lot because I didn't understand people, but now I understand things a lot better. So let's look at this one really quick. I love your classic Sonami prompts. Can you do one where Modern and Boom Sonic meet Rosie and Modern and Boom Amy are off to the side watching their Sonics play with their younger self? Just all around sweet and wholesome. That is really cute. So I have read all of these once already through, but I haven't read a lot of them recently. So my first thought on this is, okay, what are they asking for, and what would be fun to do as well? Because sometimes I don't like fully follow the prompt request, and that's just because I feel like this story could go further or could be a little different. I think it'd be a little better. It is my personal opinion, but I try as much as possible to stick to what, in this case, Anonymous, hey cool dude peeking out from the corner, what they want. And so for this particular prompt, I feel like what they're wanting is to show the Sonics at like adoration, I believe is a word. Admiration and adoration. Adoring. She basically, or he, wants the Sonics to be adoring the nostalgia of Amy Rose. And I feel like that is something I could easily do. It wouldn't be like a super like deep prompt, but it would be something that would be kind of, like she said, wholesome, fluffy, sweet, cute. So what I would probably do with this without spoiling much is have the three Sonics kind of having that, because they're each different. So Classic, who's used to Rosie, would kind of be like, like, okay, like I'm used to this, but at the same time, like, hey guys, leave her alone. Like, don't just crowd her. But I think modern Sonic would definitely be like, wow, hey, this is a blast from the past. And also, I have a personal headcanon that modern Sonic. Heart squeeze, like he just, the nostalgia of everything does get to him, so he'd just be kind of smiling really sweetly and just give in to her a lot, I feel like. And then because Rosie can be very hyperactive and very pushing to want to be in the scene, to want to be with you, which I think would be very cute in modern Sonic's case, because it's just, like I said, a blast from the past. And he just kind of, oh, okay, like just kind of give in to the moment. I think Boom Sonic would be more wanting to engage Boom Amy with the fact that this is her younger self. I feel like he would be more directing his attention to, look at yourself, this was you as a kid, but not like obvious. This is all in a nutshell how I'm describing, but he'd basically be engaging Boom Amy more about like, look at this, and maybe like even try to poke fun at her. So he'd be getting interaction with Boom Amy, because Rosie would probably not be exactly how she'd look like in that different dimension, or parallel universe, whatever. But I feel like he would be kind of like, she's so cute. Like, look at her. Like, look what you were. And she's like, Sonic, stop. Call me cute instead. But that's, again, in a nutshell, she'd never say it. But I think it'd be funny and cute. And I think modern Amy would be like, why doesn't he give in to me that much? Or at least, oh, look how cute they are. Like my young self and now modern Sonic. And I feel like the two of them would have this girl moment, but I feel like Boom Sonic would keep mostly Boom Amy engaged, while modern Sonic and classic Sonic just kind of, interacted a little more with Rosie in that situation. That's just my personal opinion. All right, we're going to go up to... Prompts are back. Yes, they are. I'm so sorry. It takes me freaking years to do these. Okay, here's an idea. Mephiles and Scorch. Oh,
Is this a joke?
Okay, both decide they want to take over the dimension and rule as king. And also decide they need a queen. Okay, how do you know that I love writing villains with the main female love interest of the hero? It's just so fun to be devious. Okay, but anyway, it is really random though. I've actually had to do a wonderful commission where I had to figure out how Mephiles was going to interact with Scourge. And this could be the same person, who knows? But yeah, no, it's hard to get Mephiles in character with the idea of like either romance or intrigue in something other than what's personally about him getting with Solaris, or at least becoming, but what my first thought for this is, if they want a queen, why? Why would Mephiles want that? How is Amy going to get him to become one with his true self and have that overpowering presence? versus Scourge, which Scourge could just do it because of the Sonic in him, to want to be better and want to control all this other stuff. Mostly just to be a troll. So they're fighting to rule and also make Amy their bride. I feel like Scourge would do that more to get to Sonic.
This is so unbelievable.
I don't know if because he's kind of he's
a tramp. He's a scoundrel.
He's kind of a womanizer, so he doesn't really value women at all, really. He's just an overall bad guy, you know. And I could be wrong. Again, I don't have a perfect understanding of the comics, but that's my personal opinion of what I've researched about him, is that he's just kind of a jerk, even to his friends, you know. And they both try to fight them off to protect Amy from marrying one of them. Why would Mephiles, like, I'll have to think about that, but it would have to be something about if Amy suddenly had the Solaris, wow. Why can't I remember? Iblis, thank you, Iblis trigger. Thank you, Silver. If she had Iblis inside her instead of Blaze, which I think I'm pretty sure that's canon, that Iblis is now sealed within Blaze, even though she went back to her dimension or whatever. Crazy timeline stuff, man. Anyway, not as crazy as Kingdom Hearts. But anyway, so if Amy had Iblis in her for some odd reason, then Mephiles would be like, yo, you're my other half. Like, that would actually be hype. Like, oh, Flip, that would be hype. That would make it so personal. I'm excited. Okay. Okay, so Scourge, his motive needs to be stronger, though. I feel like he has, like, flirted with Amy before, but that was just for, like, fun, you know? It wasn't anything serious, but he was pretending to be Sonic, so I wonder if he's green now, though, but I feel like he might just want to be a troll again and pretend to be Sonic, just to get to Sonic. Like, hey, I'm better than you, and I stole your friend, or something like that. Extra comfort for Son Amy would be great, please. Yeah, because Amy's gonna be scarred. Like, there's one guy trying to rip out Iblis from her and become Solaris, which is like, is this marriage really just a death ceremony? Like, ew. Like, who knows? Like, if he rips out Iblis, is it gonna, like, affect her and emotionally and stuff like that, and physically, you know? And then Scourge is just, well, you know what I'm thinking. And it's probably going to also affect Amy. So that's really exciting, too. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video to make sure OBS is working, and then I will continue with the others. I hope you like this series. I think it's fun. Okay, get hyped. It freaking works. Guys, it works. I mean, the audio is not the best. It's kind of trash. Everything's trash. Look at this resolution. But I'm telling you, it works for a ghetto laptop. I'm just so happy. I've been trying this for forever. You guys have seen my testings. I mean, this is probably the smoothest I've ever gotten. But, I mean, I've probably gotten it better. But let's just keep going. I'm just happy. We're just going to stick to this happy vibe. Okay, so we just finished this one. Yes. Okay, we're on to this one. I hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way. I'm super pumped because this means that I can record it. I mean, obviously ghetto, but at least I can do it. So hopefully more YouTube videos. We'll see. Maybe me writing too, because oh gosh, I don't know if I want to expose myself like this. But you know, we'll see. And it's interesting to go over these again and speak out loud, because obviously I'm getting ideas, and if I forget the ideas, I can just watch the video. You have a video! Ah! Okay, anyway. Okay, oh, Queen of Prompts. Honestly, you guys humbles me every time you say this. I mean, I know I've been doing this for like years and stuff, and my freaking obsession will never end. But it's just so sweet. Thank you guys so much for supporting me in all these things. I'm just a dweeb, honestly. but thank you. Yes, I am back. Okay, here's your request. All right. It's Maria's anniversary. So we're starting with that. And at first, Shadow wants to spend it alone with Amy. Why? Usually he'd want to be solo with this. Not wanting Shadow to suffer offers emotional support. So maybe Amy just wanders in and maybe he resists it a bit because he's like, no, I'm upset. And he doesn't really like want to engage her at all. And then she's like, obviously she's persistent. She wiggles into his heart a little bit and he's like, all right. But he doesn't say that, obviously. She also brings Shadow and Eggman together. Oh, is this like the Christmas episode where it's like Metal Sonic and Metal Sonic and Eggman when she brought them together? But you want that to be with Shadow. So you want that feeling of love for Shadow. I think that's what this person might be saying. I might be wrong. This is just me trying to interpret, not judge. Interpret. Together to honor Maria since she was both their family. Yeah! Yes! Like, you guys are such geniuses. Because Amy would be that glue, that, like, heart of, hey, you guys are both suffering. We can all do this together. And she would help kind of bridge that, I think. Because obviously, Eggman's related to Maria, and then Maria basically formed a lot of who Shadow is. She was very critical in his story development and just his character in general, since she was both their family, yeah. Basically, sweet Amy and Shadow friendship, and Shadow can't help but see a lot of Maria and Amy. That's actually a headcanon of mine, because he literally did that in SA2. And he said, I'm going to keep my promise to both you and Maria. Well, Maria and then you. But it's interesting that he would take a promise from Maria and also shifted over to renewing it for Amy. I feel like, why? Like, in your small interaction. But I think it was just her honest purity, just that sense of love for others that must have reminded him of Maria. Or just that hope that humanity is good and that everyone is generally good. I feel like that triggered him for, like, yeah, this is what Maria was like too. I don't know why they don't interact so much anymore, but I feel like he's just kind of an aloof person, like even more so than Sonic, because Sonic can be extroverted when he needs to be. He's kind of like an ambivert. He has more introvert qualities though, but I feel like Shadow is very much introverted, very much I don't want to deal with others. But then Rouge, being Rouge, is able to intervene, and then Omega, I mean, Omega, or not Omega. Wow, wait. Am I getting Gamma and Omega mixed up again? I do that so much. I get so mad at myself. But anyway. So that's interesting. So I could definitely have it to where, well, I don't want to spoil everything, but it's a definitely interesting idea to have them come together in a moment. I can see it. I can picture something. But I'll keep it to myself. Oh, whoa, okay. And up. Up. There, okay. May I request? You may. Cute Tails and Amy friendship. Always. I love it. You can choose which version, just them being cute friends. Yes. Maybe they defend each other when someone tries to mess with them. Love your writing. Thank you. I love you. Yeah, so fun thing about Tails and Amy is that they are closer in age. Tails is canonically, you know what I mean. And 2 years younger than Amy. And so I have a feeling that they would share some things together and they would have more time, especially since Sonic is always gone. I feel like Tails and Amy would spend time together. Amy spends time with Cream a lot. That's actually canon. But I feel like why not hang out with Tails? Because you guys are close in age, you have a lot in common, and you're both missing Sonic. Like, you could bond over missing Sonic. Anyway, but yeah, we can have something between them. I've done some stories before, and I've mentioned in fanfictions, they go shopping. Like, he buys his engineering tools and equipment, and she buys her little, clothes and whatever. And I could also do something like that. I could do another shopping thing. But I feel like I'd want this to be a little more like a depth, have that depth of character. But we'll see. you say maybe defend each other. So maybe they have this moment, like they meet each other in the shopping, or they just go shopping together. Someone bullies Tails or something, or Amy in the engineering section. Like we could have a feminist moment, and Tails is like, no, wait, like Amy, tell them scientific stuff or whatever, or like engineering things that I taught you or whatever. And then she proves that like, hey, I actually know stuff. I don't know, something to like show their consistency and their continually developing friendship. But I feel like what really binds them is Sonic, so I'd probably end it with this I miss Sonic, I miss him too kind of a thing. Oh, what if they just lean their heads? Oh, that'd be cute. Anyway. Okay, I'll tell you what I was thinking, but I was thinking like it's at the end of the day, they're talking about Sonic, and Tails and Amy just kind of like lean into their shoulders. I think it'd be really cute to show their friendship. So yeah, interesting thing. We'll see what I actually do. Again, it's gonna be a while to get through all of these. 143. Woo! So we'll definitely see what I do with this. I might completely change my ideas. I might get something better in mind. But for now, that's what I'm thinking. I love your jealous Sonic. Don't we all? I think the most canon one is Boom, probably, yeah. So may I ask for a Boom Son Amy with jealous Sonic? I've done so many of these. I might have to actually put a bunch of links to the other ones I've done. It depends on if I just don't get a good enough idea that I feel like would engage people enough, or doesn't excite me as much. But if I do think of a good idea, I won't just put links. I'll try to do my best. If you need a more specific idea, thank you. Maybe Amy gets a pet like a puppy? Oh, okay, so there's the puppy con that they did, right? And they have a fuzzy puppy. I forgot. It's been too long. I forget the name, but fuzzy puppies or something like that. And maybe she gets like one of the stars that's going to be on Comedy Chimp or something, or the news with the eagle guy. And she's been asked to take care of it, and so she's like, oh my gosh, you're such a star, and she starts like caring for it like an idol animal, like a what's it called, like one of those famous animals. She's just taking very good care of it, and Sonic's like, hey Amy, you wanna and so she's like trying to scoot the kind of celebrity pet out of the way, but Amy's like, where's the dog? That'd actually be really good. I think, yeah, okay, I could do a jealous Sonic like that. That'd be kind of fun. So it wouldn't be so much romantic as it would just be really cute and fluffy. Fuzzy, you could say. Not funny. Okay. It takes up all her attention, so Sonic feels left out and in competition. That would make sense. And feels the dog doesn't like him. I feel like the dog would be just an innocent victim. Like, I'd rather write it as, like, an actual, like, because in Sonic Boom, I feel like that would just fit the genre more. But I could see an angry dog, like, wanting Amy's attention. I could see that, too. I feel like it would be so much funnier if the dog was just dumb, like that's its, like, neutral phase. And every time Sonic does something, it's like, but it also, like, continues to be happy-go-lucky, and he's like he tries to put it in a cage or something and tries to get Amy to forget about it, but it like somehow gets out of the cage and he's like, ow, like that would be fun if he just keeps. It would be more of a trial story in that case, but we'll see what I do. He doesn't want to share Amy. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see him wanting to be like, oh, this would be cute if Amy's like petting the dog and he's suddenly like at the door frame, and he has like this thought bubble or just this idea of like the dog fades from Amy's like lap and suddenly it's replaced by him, and he's just like getting pet. I feel like there's a lot of funny things you could do. It'd be like a chibi version of his like daydream. He's like, but yeah, no, that'd be cute. I could do something with that. I'm spoiling everything, aren't I? Maybe I should put a warning. Don't read this if you don't want to be spoiled, or don't watch this, I mean. But again, I feel like my ideas will change, so I might not. These ideas might be better than the ones I make up later, but who knows? We'll see. Okay, here's a prompt idea. Movie Sonic meets Game Sonic. Fun! And they marvel at how different they both are. I would definitely see Movie Sonic being a lot more energetic about that, and I feel like Game Sonic would just, take it the admiration. And Amy finally catches up after chasing Sonic and is in heaven saying to Sonics. Yeah, probably. Same with like if she saw Boom or something. She'd definitely think he was tall. For Movie Sonic, she's like, you're so young and fluffy. Movie Sonic, having never met another hedgehog, let alone one as forward and open as Amy, true, is enamored. Just like Boom Sonic, to be honest. Anyway, and Game Sonic is conflicted. If he's happy, a version of himself is loosening up. But, oh, I see. Yeah. Because if Movie Sonic is so over complimentary of Amy, and Amy's like, oh, stop, but she's like, keep going. I feel like Game Sonic would kind of be like, like, I don't know how I feel about this. Of himself and loosening up, but worried Amy will take too much of a liking to him. Yeah, I could see that. So like a sprinkle of jealous Sonic, but we know where Amy's heart lies. Yeah, of course. I feel like that'd be fun too. Again, it's a little harder to do Game Sonic. If we're sticking to pure canon, I could do semi-canon with this. But yeah, no, I could see Sonic kind of being like, ease up a bit, from Movie Sonic. It'd be fun. It'd be an interesting dynamic, and I could do something with that. We'll see. It's a simple person, or I'm a simple person with simple needs. Higher for the people in the back. Angst, Dark Sun, Amy. Oh no, you have a lot of needs, but they're needs that I like as well, and that are my needs too, so you're fine. Angst, Dark Sun, and meh. Hurt, comfort, please, Mayra, only you can do this. I hear you. You're speaking to the choir. I love Dark Sonic. I just finished Dark Sonic Forces. Hope you guys really enjoyed that. Probably won't be doing any more kissing fanfiction for a while. Because I already have to deal with Instincts now. And Metallic Need. But they just spark. Just spark. A lot of sparking. Anyway. A lot. Okay, I gotta think about this. So you're basically leaving it up to me, which is great. I can do that. A lot of what I do with Dark Sonic is mostly either I split him, where it's like a dark, twisted Sonic, or Sonic, but he's been controlled, manipulated. Another way I can do it is that it's still Sonic, but emotionally he is not in control, and so dark chaos energy is affecting him. If you want this to be angst, I've actually had an idea for a long time about 2 split Sonics that I want to try. I think I might have tried to write them before, but if it's a hurt/comfort, I feel like it could work. So I'm definitely going to probably do it. My future self hopefully will understand what I mean by that. But not like this is to remind me of my ideas. But anyway, depending on what I do with this, I might just go with the 2 Sonics idea. You'll find out what that means later. Slurps on ice copy. Hey, yo, Mayra, what's cracking? Yo! What up? How we doing in the hood? I need some old ole? Good old-fashioned protective Sonic and Amy. Yeah! Oh, Sonic of Amy. Yes. I'm basic, but I love it. Girl, aren't we all? We love just that simple Sonic appreciating his Amy Rose. It's all there. Maybe something like the press or newspaper attack. Oh, so you're talking about my, trying to tap into love, my fan fiction. I made that on my mission, actually. I was just feeling, how do I get Amy, because Amy's so cheery, she's endlessly optimistic. Like, how do you get her into an emotional state of mind where she would kind of a little bit break down in front of Sonic, to where Sonic, canically, if he's in his canon mindset, how would he try to comfort her in a kind of trying to be romantic kind of sense? And so that was the idea I had. Originally, it was about a man who was stalking Amy, but someone rated it poorly because of that, and so I decided to go back, and she ended up giving it a higher rating thanks to the indirect position that I placed, where it wasn't so much a dude, because that was kind of a drabble that I just made into a fan fiction back in the DA days, Deviantart. Jeez. For those who, uncultured swine. But for those who don't know, I used to post a lot of writing on DA because I had a fanfiction that its email was shared by a friend. It was actually my friend's email. So when that changed, when I got my own email, because yeah, I was writing fanfiction before I had an email. Goodness, I've been writing fanfiction for a long time. But I've actually deleted. I never delete fanfiction, but I did delete those really, really, really old cringy fanfiction that had just a bunch of OCs in it. For those who had the OCs, though, thank you for letting me use your OCs. But I don't write OC stuff like that anymore. I still write some OC like things into a fanfiction, but there's a rule. They either die or they're never heard of in any other fanfiction again. Which sucks because I kind of ship Data with Cosmic, sorry, not Cosmo. It's Cosmo's daughter, Cosmic, who Tails raises. But those are my two OCs that I kind of ship together, but it's a sad ship because Data... Anyway, I don't want to spoil it in case I do something with it, but it's a sad kind of ending. But anyway, tragedy. Let's see here. So, attack Amy's character, which upsets her, and Sonic defends or tries to comfort her. That'd be great. Thanks. So you just want more, basically, from what I kind of tried to do with tapping into love. That'd be great. Thanks. Puts on shades and skates for. Are you ollieing out on me? Yo. You precious anonymous, you are cool. It would be, you precious anonymous, you are cool. And puts on your shades, out of here. Ugh. We'd be besties, honestly. That's what, sometimes I'm like, for anonymous people, I'm like, just message me, like, I bet you we'd be besties. But that's, yeah, no, totally. So you are asking for, there you are. I saw a skateboard and I was like, yeah, they're a cool person. They're all cool, honestly. So you need some Sonic defending Amy is basically just Sonic showing some care for Amy, stepping out of his comfort zone. Protective Sonic is a really good way to put it. I love Protective Sonic. I will see what I can do. I have no thoughts right now. And I always start, if I don't have any thoughts, I'm going to totally call myself out here, but if I don't have any thoughts on what to do, I just start in a field. There's a grassy field. One of the two characters are in the field, and then the other character kind of comes up to them. That's literally how I start. Just to break that, I might start this in, like, Square City or something, but I always start them in nature. If I have my default, there's a meadow near a forest, and Sonic is there, and then Amy comes up and something cute happens because that's just my default. It's my happy place. Okay, Sonic Forces prompt, yas. Amy offers herself in exchange for Sonic's release. Wait, what? She says she'll give special info. Oh, like a trade.
This is me praying for my innocence back.
I'm glad because exposing myself. Anyway, I do have my secret ship feels. Alright, let's go back to this. Exposing myself there for a brief moment. But, yes. Yeah. Let's not. Because I just said I don't want to do any more kissing. I mean, you can't really kiss a mask. Anyway, we're not thinking about that. We're thinking about Sonic. I like villains with main female leads. Okay. Sonic's return, but okay, special info on their plans for Sonic's return, but ultimately doesn't. So she's lying? I feel like Amy wouldn't lie, but maybe she's just being underhanded here? We'll see. I'll think about it. But ultimately, and believes with Sonic back, the troops' morale will improve. Okay, so it's self-sacrificing again, not so much to the point of death, but to the point of just, like, showing that care, like, I'll offer myself as tribute. No, Amy, don't! And, switch. But why would, either Infinite or Eggman Why am I in Infinite and Amy ship feels? Okay, anyway. But yeah, there's a Beauty and the Beast going on in my head. Okay, sorry. Sonic, someone's gonna ask me, they're like, hey, remember when in that video you said you had a Beauty and the Beast idea where Amy switched herself with Sonic and was in the moon with Infinite instead? Yeah, what about that idea? Anyway, okay, so yeah, Sonic, however, is angry, of course, that his friends would let her do something like that. Yes, yes. And upon feeling her fears, what Infinite? My ideas! Okay, Infinite might do to her to make her talk. Okay! Sonic isn't happy! That he would give herself up like... See, I'm a shipper too, guys. I might be a writer, but that don't mean I don't... Everything's... Okay, you don't just see it, but there's like a movie playing in my head, and every time more movie scenes come up, I'm like... Anyway, what Infinite to do to make her talk? Sonic isn't happy that Amy would give herself up like that. Yeah. And they have a talk. Okay, so he does end up saving her, is what you're implying. That helps them both heal after the war. So what happened on the moon, Amy? Okay, we're moving on! It's a great idea. You're a genius. I love you.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping.
The fact that I'm getting so much feels is showing you how intense this particular prompt hopefully is going to be. So, I'm so excited. Okay. we're gonna... Blessed prompt. Okay, that's gonna be super exciting. If I'm getting all these feels, imagine you guys. But that's why I'm like, should I really do a stream or whatever where I'm writing my fan fiction? Because that's gonna just expose me even more. But classic Son Amy prompt, if I may ask. Of course you may. Come to me. Sonic has just finished up another adventure, so he is in the post-adventure phase, mentally perfect. He's probably a little tired. And is telling Rosie to go home.
Be gone!
This is classic? Classic Son Amy feels? When she refuses, he offers to take her there himself. I've done this before. Except Rosie refuses because she's homeless and too ashamed to... Or maybe I haven't done this, but I thought of it, finished it in my head, and because you didn't do a priority prompt, I will be doing it in order. So it might be something that I thought of. Except Rosie refuses because she's homeless and too ashamed to tell Sonic, so she lies and says her house was robbed. Okay, this would be more justifying Amy's embarrassment of trying to fib just so that she doesn't, reveal that, and it would still make Sonic feel, though, but she probably doesn't want that kind of, she doesn't want pity, but sympathy and empathy can be a thing, because Sonic doesn't have a home either. Like the whole thing stolen. Okay, so more comedy, gotcha. Oh, my laugh, sorry about that. I hope the audio is not messing up my cries of joy, but anyway, Sonic tries to find the house, and the lie gets too big. Okay, so more comedy, almost cartoonish, which could be fun for classic Son Amy. Until finally Rosie comes clean, embarrassed. Sonic, not wanting his friend to suffer, lets her stay with him and builds a house for her. It's like the Three Little Pigs. Anyway, so I feel like what you're asking for, though, is a connection prompt where you want Sonic and Amy to connect on something to an emotional level, which would work. But I also feel like Sonic doesn't have a home either, and he's perfectly fine being the nomad. Builds a house for her. Thinking like a treehouse? Interesting. I like this. It kind of gives me like timeless, I have a fan fiction called Timeless Game. It's giving me kind of those feels. So maybe that's what you're after. I like the idea. I feel like it could be really funny. I feel like my comedy could really come out with this kind of prompt. And I also feel like it'd be fun to dive into the psyche of that connection of what Amy and Sonic do have in common. Especially with its classic, they don't know enough about each other. So this is another moment where Sonic forms a bond with her that is unbreakable, which is what we hope will continue to develop as they get older. So it's a hope fic but it's also a connection prompt. I can work with that. All right, here we go. Very cool. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you for everyone who submitted prompts. Hopefully, I will do my very best to satisfy what you're looking for. I'm going to go ahead, just for my computer's sake. Oh, not that one. And I'll turn this off, and then we'll come back. Hello, we are back. Just for myself's sake, I have put my... You can delete this if you don't want it in the video. 800, and actually it might be interesting for the fans to know, or not, the people who watch this. Do I have fans? I don't know. 800 to 600 is what I'm working with, just to see if it would work. It has great freaking just everything. And then for my settings, just for my future self to know in case she wants to do this again and try it on a higher thing. Maybe people can help me too, but here we are. Yeah, you are active. Okay, so I put it to, I think, the lowest. Yeah, here it is. So that's what I'm currently working with, y'all, because I have a trash computer. But anyway, let us get back to the fun of reading these. Let's keep reading. Hello, Mayra. Hello, darling. Precious Aeon. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Perhaps a prompt to make you feel better. Thank you. This canon adjacent, but also kind of AU-ish. Canon adjacent. I'm gonna look up that term really quick because I don't read fan fiction anymore. I just write it. My spelling. Define meaning. Come on. Different. Okay, hold on. I just gotta catch myself up on some culture.
Culture learning, culture learning.
Used quite often in fanfiction to differentiate between the official storyline in which the fanfiction is based on. Oh, so it's like semi-canon, basically. Concept of canon that defines the world of a particular series or franchise. I don't need to know about canon. Okay. So hopefully I'm getting this correct and you guys can help me if I'm struggling. But I believe what you mean is that this is somewhat based in the canon, but it diverts, which I do often. So semi-canon makes sense, goes into AU, done that so many times because characters develop. It's hard to keep it pure.
Once again, I am praying for my innocence.
Where's Son Amy? I mean, it's possible. It's just not as fun. But anyway, where's Son Amy? But it takes place in the storybook world. Yay! Oh, I actually have a few fanfiction ideas, like an actual fanfiction of storybook. I have the Arabian, I have fairy tales, and a few others. But anyway, this is cool. You know those games. Of course I do, girl. What games do I not know recently? Recently as in, like, I just caught up on a bunch of classic stuff. Sonic is now the big bad wolf. Yeah. Yeah. And Amy is Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah, I see where this is going. At first she's afraid of him, which hurts Sonic. But there's a bigger threat, and he jumps into action protecting Little Red. So the werehog saves the day and earns Little Red's trust, and he realizes how much important Amy's support is. Yeah, I can see that. So it's mostly, again, with Sonic's image, he worries a lot about that, but Amy loves him no matter what. Although she does prefer his daytime form, which she says, I mean, it's her most familiar one anyway. She still will love him no matter what box he comes in, which is so beautiful if you think about it. Which also kind of states that even with the dimensional Sonics, she loves him no matter if his arms are blue or beige or if his legs look like humans. Anyway, but yeah, so okay, so what can I do with this? It's pretty straightforward what you've given me. So there's not much I can say without spoiling it. But you've given me the story, and all I have to do is give it the detail and give it the roundings of like forming it and making it work. So I love the idea. I think it's going to be really fun to do. And you all are geniuses, and I will do my very best to make Sonic scowy, and then, you know, obviously show off his good side, and then Amy be like, you're a good, you know, wolf, or whatever, and we'll see how that works. Maybe they'll have a little picnic together. That'd be kind of cute. Ah, no! I accidentally clicked! Ooh, that's what happens when you're working with low tech. Okay, Here's a fun. I actually kind of like that this is blocking the other one, so that way we focus on the one we're talking about. This is by another Aeon. Here's a fun AU idea. Let's do it then. I was thinking instead of tarot card reading, Amy has vivid visions of the future. I've actually had this idea too. Great minds think alike. However, whenever she gets a good vision dizzy spell, it's reminding me of a few different characters from different medias. When she gets a bad vision, terrible, sometimes debilitating headaches, she doesn't control what she sees. I've also had ideas about that too. This is really cool then. This makes her a person of interest to Eggman, GUN, and other world governments. Okay, this is reminding me of a Friends idea now. So they constantly try to capture her and use her power for their own gain. I wonder if this is my friend. I'm not going to call them out, but I'm like, is this you? If she tries to force a vision, it hurts her. Sonic is very protective of her. I could see this in a classic, maybe. Because that's where Amy's tarot cards come more into play. Even though we're not using tarot cards, it still makes sense that we would use it that way. My foot is falling asleep! Okay. Yeah, I think this could work really well. I just worry that there's so much going into it that I'm going to have to kind of mention these points, but not actually go into detail. That way we kind of skip to the good stuff. As for what the hidden meaning of this is, I have my own ideas for that. But I believe what they're asking for, obviously, is Sonic to not only be protected, but almost like an adventure type prompt, where they want to see the action and the drama, but they also want to see the suspense of all these different forces trying to get someone that they care about. And again, it's kind of protective Sonic, like, you know, they kind of expose themselves by saying protective. But that's good. That helps me to know what you're after, so I can put that emotion into, because emotions mean a lot to me in my fan fiction. What kind of emotion do I want to evoke? And I've had a lot of ups and downs with that. You know, Sonic in the Chaos Kingdom, I purposely was trying to get you mad at Sonic, which I learned, don't ever make your audience purposely upset. Don't do it. So yeah, I will try my best to work with that. Should I just... window. Sorry, I don't have the best setups. You know what? I'll think about it next time. Okay. But... this makes her a person of interest, which is another thing, is probably they're hinting at they want Amy to be special. So I can do that without making her a Mary Sue, because we don't want to dive into those things. But this is really exciting. It's a fun idea, and I'm excited to work with it. Why, computer? Perfect. Okay. Modern Sun Amy in A Life and Death. Ooh, are we getting into some, my feels better. Okay, are we getting into some angst? Sometimes I don't like writing angst, sometimes I'm really in the mood for it, so it's like a hit or miss for me, but by the time I get to this prompt, I probably will be like, it's time. But anyway, this may be the end scenario where Sonic is finally forced to confront his feelings for Amy. If it's life and death, okay, so it's not an adventure prompt? Okay. Maybe it's more of an emotion that they're going for. Okay. Forced to confront his feelings for Amy. Oh, I get it. So they're in a life or death. I get it now. I've done fan fictions like this before, or I mean, prompts for this. Kind of like they're trapped. They're about to die. Things get said, but they end up surviving. So let's see if that's what you're talking about here. That he knows have been there for years. Oh, so he's aware. Now, this is interesting, because if we were sticking more to Sonic's canon character, I don't actually know if Sonic's fully aware of his feelings for Amy. Based on what people have said, the officials and other sources of just studying his character design and how he thinks, he's very youthful. He's got a boy's heart, like the officials said. He might not realize how much Amy means to him. So this is interesting that in this particular fanfiction, he is fully aware of his feelings, or at least in this moment, he's aware of them, that they've been harboring there for years or whatever. Harbored there for years. What? I write so much better than I speak, and yes, I have spelling issues, but let's just move on. Okay. Grammarly is such a life. like save her sometimes. Okay. He plans to spend their final moments telling her his love. So this is gonna be this needs a build up because he wouldn't just do this, okay, we're gonna die, so here's everything. It would have to be a build up of I really can't save us, and I don't want you to die not having closure with this or something like that. It would have to be a build up. He'd mentally have to get into that area. Whew. That's going to be tough for me, but I can do it. Just because build up takes time, but I can do it. I've done it in prompts before, and I can do it again. You got this, Mayra. Even though you guys know my name is Michaela, right? Mayra is, I don't know if I've explained why my name is Cutegirlmayra, but my name is Michaela. And I like nicknames too, so it's all good. But yeah, so you got this, Michaela. But they are saved at the last minute. Makes sense. Afterwards, he tries to, because we want it to be a happy ending. Sad endings are sad! Anyway, afterwards, he tries to go back to the usual. Now that is Sonic, in my opinion. Trying to make things go back to the way, because he's embarrassed, he's shy. He just wants things to go back to being comfortable again. Which is, in a way, that's how I interpret Sega trying to keep things normalized without character development, which is so sad. Sega, character development! It's important! Take everything you have, all these fantastic characters, all these fantastic character development that they've already had, and mention it again. Reward people who were there for it. Like, come on now. Reward us for the knowledge we have on the Sonic lore, and try to know what is canon. Because I feel like a lot of you just are like, what is Sonic? How do we market him? Hire me! I will tell you. Afterwards, he tries to go back to the usual, but realizes he doesn't want to have any regrets. That also makes sense. Sonic is not someone who has any regrets. He does have sad moments, but he doesn't regret what he did to try to avoid those sad moments. And not having Amy know the truth. That's what differentiates Game Sonic from Boom Sonic, is Boom Sonic's a little more arrogant, a little more self-centered. He has to learn to deal with his friends with like Rise of Lyric and stuff like that. I think that's the right. I heard a bling. Did you guys hear that? Oh, people want to talk to me. Later, my friends, I am recording. But where was I completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, so Game Sonic is more friend-orientated, less arrogant. He's just cocky. He believes he can do things, which he can. He just has fun with the adventure. And then I feel like American Sonic for Game Sonic, American Sonic is a little more like Boom Sonic in what American Sonic feels like. We could advertise this to the kids in America. Like, I personally like Game Sonic. I like to mix Japanese and American Game Sonic together. I feel like it works way better. Anyway, so I can see him not wanting any regrets and not have Amy know the truth. But see, if Amy knows the truth, that'll change everything. So this would be a huge character decision. More build up, but I can do this! Oh, sorry. The thing with character build-up, and I'm trying to figure out ways to describe this, to put it into words, is that it takes time to develop, but it also takes time for Sonic's thoughts to go into that progression of, okay, we're doing this. Because I feel like canon Sonic would probably just keep things to himself. And if she finds out, she finds out on her own. But if she doesn't dig deeper and find the hidden meanings, then he won't. Because he's Japanese. Anyway, they don't always say things that they mean. But anyway, so he tries to figure out how to tell her, yeah, but the message isn't coming across until he gives her a kiss. So we're going into AU. That makes a lot more sense, because me trying to figure out how this would work in modern Sonami, so that's Game Sonami. But if I can go a little AU with it, I feel like I can. Well, it's going to be good. Okay, I'm very excited about this. Thank you so much for your submission. And now, I know you did a prompt a while ago, alright, about Amy. So is this a sequel, or is this, please don't put links, please actually do something, about Amy having a fan, yes, and Sonic told him to basically get lost. Yes. So could you do something like that, but I've had like a few, I've tried to switch it up, tried not to do the same prompt over and over again. So could you do something like that, but make the guy feel more entitled to Amy? So is this kind of another booms on Amy? And and she owes him her love. So a radical. This could offend so many people, and I have to be very careful with that because sometimes there are radical Amy Rose fans, and I have to make sure that I am not like making it look like I'm targeting them or I'm shaming them in any way. So I have to be very careful with these kind of prompts. And when she rejects him, and see, especially if she rejects that can really offend some radical fans. And when she rejects him, he gets really aggressive, so it justifies Sonic being more aggressive in return. So it sounds like someone just wants Sonic to become the radical because someone else is being a radical. I don't know if that's what you're asking for, or if you're actually trying to target radicals through me, in which case I'm going to be like, I don't do that. You don't fight fire with fire. You wait for the fire to extinguish itself out of boredom, and because it has nothing left to burn off of. That's how you deal with trolls and stuff like that. Some radicals aren't trolls. They're just extremely passionate to where it embarrasses you or it makes you cringe a little bit. But let them do them. Don't bother them. You might not like it. It might give a bad name to like Son Amy or to Amy as a character in general. But they have honest intentions and they're young. They're just trying to come out. These guys might end up growing up to be reporters, or they might grow up to be article writers. And you just have to know that this is the stage in their life where they're figuring things out, and they could become an amazing article writer or an amazing reporter or something. And you don't want to crush, that hope and dream that they will mature into this amazing content provider. So you just have to let them go through that. And sometimes the stage never ends. Sometimes there are issues that they're dealing with, that this is how they vent, this is how they release. You don't know the situation. So my personal belief is you don't fight fire with fire, and you don't fight fire with water either, because that could destroy a future for these guys these girls and boys could develop into amazing future career people. And you just don't want to discourage, but you also, you hope that they will mature into something that is more professional in writing or something else. But hopefully that's not what you're saying at all. Maybe I'm totally getting you wrong. I'm just trying to be careful. And when she rejects him, he gets really aggressive, justifies, I love how you depict protective Sonic. So cute. Okay, so this totally now reveals that they want a protective Sonic, which makes sense. We want someone who's able to defend Amy when these kind of accusations come up. And most people, they don't even care that much. They just attack because they know that there are radical fans that will also fight against them, and then they'll have something to troll a lol about, which is why I avoid such things. I try to be very careful with my audience. I don't know who's reading my works, and I don't judge. I try really hard not to judge people, and I'm kind to everyone. And doesn't mean my kindness doesn't have a limit. I do have a cutoff, and I just do it in a way that is not discouraging them from continuing in whatever pursuit they have. It's just hoping that they will grow into something that's even that would help them in their future careers and then paths in life. So my first idea for this is I need to be careful. That's the biggest one, is I need to not make someone feel like, are you calling me out? No, never my intention. But for a radical fan, I could do a parody which would make people laugh instead of mocking. It would be something that's more, this person has good intention, but they're just not fully able to grasp what's going on here and how they're coming off as aggressive to Amy, to where even the radicals would be like, yeah, this fan shouldn't have done that. Like, that way I get everybody together, a little more unified. You can't please everyone, but you can at least try to avoid offensive stuff. So Aeon, this is amazing. I love it. It's just going to be a little bit of me trying to figure out and work how this villain that you've created is going to be portrayed. Probably have to mock it to where it's a stereotype, but also mock as in parody. So it's more, oh, this is funny and cute, haha, instead of, oh man, like she's really portraying like blah, blah, blah. I have to just be very careful. And for future Michaela, you got this. Anyway, so yes, it's gonna be super fun though. I really do love Protective Sonic, especially Sonic that's like, hey, back off, leave her alone. Because we've seen that in Sonic Riders. We've seen him, man, I have 100 and...
This is when I began to contemplate my life.
But that's how much I feel for each prompt, I just really get into it. But yeah, no, Sonic has protected Amy against Jet, who was like aggressively coming at her. And I wrote something about it before, about the difference between Japan and America and how they created this scene. But basically stating Sonic has done this before, but you want it to be, in my opinion, I feel like this needs to be, that you want it to be 10 times worse than what Jet was doing. This is about, no, but she should love me because I love her so much and all this stuff. I actually have a headcanon about a character that likes Amy, not to where he's entitled, so to speak, but more so that he just feels like he'd be a better boyfriend than Sonic. So that's an interesting idea. It's going to take me some time to formulate an idea for that. Right now, I don't want to think too in depth because I know how careful I need to be with it. But I feel like it can still be really good, and hopefully it does what you want it to do, Aeon. I will do my best for you, my friend. Okay, so next one. This is going to be long, man. We're probably not even halfway there, yeah. We ain't even halfway there. Ah, flip. But we'll do this. We'll make it good. I've got to get myself back. Okay. I'm so excited to go through these again. I've read them once, but I haven't read them all the way through, so I'm super excited to see where we're going. They're all really genius, like a lot of these, you guys. Okay, so we are now at this one. Maybe I'll do multiple videos, because I don't want this to be like a 50-minute video, because I talk a lot. So maybe I'll do I'll do it another time. Like again, we might be doing more Pajama Blogs. We'll see. Okay, here's prompt idea. Eggman's latest device accidentally turns Amy back into Rosie. Ooh. I do remember reading this one. But to the Rosie before she met Sonic. You have just triggered my personal favorite idea, which is where Sonic goes back into generations or something, somewhere in the timeline, and meets Rosie before she has met his other self. Yes. Okay, and the others, so she has no memory of her friends and is pretty scared and runs off. That makes sense. I also have many ideas about that. Okay, I'm super pumped because that means I can just, instead of trying to fabricate this huge fan fiction where I feel like this idea wouldn't fit, I can instead put it in a prompt to where you still see it, but it's not, shake, sorry, where it's not going to, doesn't need a big fan fiction. It just needs a prompt, and so you can still see it. You can still appreciate what I thought of, and hopefully like the idea and be inspired by it, because that's what I'm about. Inspiring the next generation of writers, but also hoping that I can become an actual, full-fledged writer myself. Hopefully I am. Anyway, so she has no memory of her friends. Okay, so Sonic has to slowly regain her trust. I'm slurring. Might have to do another video. Her trust and friendship, and is reminded why he's glad to have her around as a friend. Just some sweet fluff. I love the fluff. I do too, the fluffy. All right, I totally understand. I don't know. I'm trying to think though. I'm so excited right now, you can tell. I have so many Rosie the Rascal prompt ideas that I haven't been able to put anywhere. So this is great, first of all. I can put them all in here, but then how am I going to connect all of my ideas? I can just put them in your timeline that you've given me. I just don't want it to be too long, but sometimes prompts are long, and that makes them better sometimes. So slowly regaining her trust. So I feel like the hidden meaning in this one, the emotion that you're trying to get, is that nostalgia feel again about how Sonic truly does appreciate Amy and how he got Amy to fall in love with him, I think, because a lot of people still don't understand why Amy loves Sonic so much the way she does. And in Japan, it's implied about all these great qualities of Sonic. But in America, especially those who need closure, we're like, how does this form formulate how does she fall in love, and it's an idea that I've thought about so many different ways and times and different methods of showing it. But and I mean, even in my fan fiction, I try to show it of how, because they don't fully state it, you know, how Amy fell in love. Because it's very I don't want to say generic, even though it kind of is, but it's just very I don't want to say subtly implied. It's very stereotypical. Girl gets rescued by guy is her idol. There you go. But there's a lot more to it, and there's a lot more depths when you research the characters and different scenes between them, what she admires about Sonic and what she actually does gravitate towards. So this could be Rosie helping the audience to target those traits about Sonic, those personality and obviously physical too. I mean, he's canonically handsome anyway. Girls fall for him because it is canon that he is naturally charming, and that he, whether he knows it or not, he's really charming towards girls in the Sonic series. And girls just fall naturally for the kind of guy he is. He is an impressive bloke when you look at it. But I feel like that's what this prompt is implying, is tell me how Rosie the Rascal, because we don't know, because all we know is that she was a fan of him, how she fell in love with Sonic. So maybe they're implying that she's not even a fan of Sonic. Trying to read to see if that's something that they say, because maybe they're interested in how does she fall in love with him, instead of, you know, it's a Justin Bieber thing. We don't we don't want that anymore. So maybe that's what they're implying. And by Justin Bieber, I mean like girls don't actually, like, they just research him. They never actually in the flesh spent time with him, got to know him. Like, it's like one of those idol things, you know, Taylor Swift and, you know, all these other people that people don't actually have never actually fully hung out with, spent time with, but they have this fan kind of relationship, like, oh, I know them though. It's like me. I never have actually met Sonic the Hedgehog because he's an imaginary character who is made by a bunch of different hands in the pot. But I feel like I know him. I feel like I can grasp his character based on the research that I've done. So it's one of those kind of indirect knowings. And we'll see. I have some good ideas for this one. And I finally have a place to put them. Yes. Otherwise, they just literally sit. I have like 3 volumes of pitch ideas, and some of them are fan fiction, just like little dabbles, little prompts. They'll just sit there for all time and eternity if I don't find a place to put them, or it's been so many years that I completely forgot about them. Some of them I've just been like, you know what? I had this great idea. It's not as great as I thought it was. I'm not going to do anything with it because I have so many fan fictions that will never become fan fictions. Or maybe they will, but that's a lot of time and effort, and I'd rather put it into things that are more substantial, in my opinion, that have more substance. This is probably going to be the last one for this video because I've done a lot, and I have to edit this so that it's fun. Fun! Anyway, but while we're working on that, I can keep going through these, and maybe... Ooh, this is a good idea. After I complete these, then I move on to the newer ones. That way, it's a bit of a time. It's you have all these that you're excited for instead of waiting for all of them that you're excited for. I like this idea. Okay, so this will be the last one for the video, and then hopefully we'll do more pajama blogs. Pajamas! I'm not sure if this was suggested before. Neither am I. So feel free to ignore it if it has. Oh, boo! I don't like ignoring things. No. How about I say no to that and I won't ignore it? It has, but Son Amy prompt where the media is reporting on Sonic and Friends' latest battle with Eggman. I have done a few of those, but they trash talk Amy. So someone is a fan of tapping into love and they want to see more. Don't you just hate those one shots that can be done so much more with? But the writer doesn't.
I love to laugh. It's embarrassing.
Yes, I understand you want more, but that was a prompt idea that I put into a fan fiction idea, so Shrug, shrug, shrug. Sorry. But anyway, but they trash talk Amy and make her feel bad, like she has no place there. So this sounds like you want Amy to belong with the cast. So Sonic either defends her or focuses on trying to cheer her up. Thanks, Mary. You're the best. You're the best too. Oh, I feel so much love. So again, I feel like this is another one just like the other one. I might actually combine these two. I did that in the past where I'd just go to Paint and I'd be like, these two, going to make one prompt based on both. Because it sounds like you're asking for the same thing. And I'm not going to ignore you. I'm just probably going to put you together with the other one. Hopefully, if I remember that you're here, because there's so many. But yes, I will try to do that. And if there's more that merge with this one, I will try to do that as well. Sounds like a lot of you like tapping into love, which makes me really happy. Or you just had similar ideas and great minds think alike. Shrug, shrug, shrug some more. But yeah, so probably will do the same as I was thinking for the other one. And this time I'll just make it about Sonic's friends. It's not just Sonic. It's Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, you know, all these people that are influential in her life, showing their love and care for Amy. Because Amy needs some love and care. My girl! Tails is actually my favorite character, but I write so much for Amy, and I feel like it's because Amy doesn't get enough love. Amy needs more spotlights, in my opinion. Not taken away from Sonic, but I feel like Sonic... Naturally in Japan, he disperses the spotlight to show that he's strengthening his friends. And through him, they have the confidence and the encouragement to do the amazing, to do the impossible. That was, in my opinion, what Sonic Adventure and mostly Sonic Adventure was about, is how Sonic's kind of the glue. But a lot of people might disagree with me on that, but that's just one of those hidden meanings that I found in the genre. So, if we're going into this... I feel like Tails and Knuckles, it would make it diverse between my prompts, 1. 2, it would show you what those characters also like about Amy and why they're friends with her. And 3, just the bond between all the characters. I feel like I think that might be your hidden meaning, and I might do that, and I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Hopefully I can do live streams. They might not be 100% good. You might have all this kind of black on the sides. But you know what? It's what I can work with. I have tape on my laptop because it's falling apart. So my ghetto laptop can only do so much. This was really like decent, no lag. I will try to up the ante and try to make the video capture, especially for audio and stuff like that. I will try to make that higher and see if it still works. Maybe it's just I have to keep my screen low resolution and everything, but I can keep the actual video much more. We will see how that works out, but thank you for joining in on the Pajama Blogs, and we will try doing this again. And thank you for those who have made fan art, by the way, of my OC. Lavinia is such a fun character to work with, and if you didn't know how to pronounce her name, I have changed it. It used to be Michaela because, again, I created her when I was like 8 or 12. You know, one of those phases of life. And she's OP, Mary Sue, all those things, so I've had to try to rework her, and now she's just a comedy character. She's kind of like that spontaneous... Who asked for a Robin Williams genie, you know, like impersonation. That's kind of where she is at this point. She's just kind of random, but she's really funny, and I enjoy having her. And is it a wig? And that's where we'll leave it at. And thank you so much for enjoying this video with me. Bye-bye.